Ever wonder what life was truly like a millennium ago? Imagine a world steeped in myth and legend, where everyday existence was deeply intertwined with the fantastical. This wasn't a realm of heroes and monsters confined to dusty tomes. It was the lived reality of ordinary people. Delving into the medieval era unveils a fascinating tapestry of daily routines, beliefs, and societal structures. Forget the romanticized tales. We're peeling back the layers to expose the gritty realities. Discover how agriculture, trade, and social hierarchies shaped the lives of those who lived 1,000 years ago. This isn't just a historical overview. It's a journey into a world strikingly different from our own. Uncover the practical applications of medieval technology and the spiritual forces that permeated their existence. Unravel the intricacies of their myths and legends, seeing them not as separate from life, but as integral to it. Prepare to have your understanding of the past reimagined. Gain a deeper understanding of the echoes of mythology in their daily activities. We'll explore how the world they experience profoundly differed from our own, shedding light on parallels and contrasts with modern life. Learn how the medieval world laid the foundation for the world we know today. Our modern world, shaped by technological advancements and global interconnectedness, often obscures the realities of life 1,000 years ago. Imagine a world without smartphones, cars, or readily available information. A world profoundly different, yet profoundly human. This era, often called the Middle Ages, was a time of profound change and remarkable adaptation. Mythology played a crucial role, not as mere storytelling, but as a powerful lens through which medieval people understood the world around them. Their beliefs and practices were deeply entwined with the natural world and with powerful, mythical figures. Understanding this era requires recognizing the importance of the feudal system, the dominant social structure. Land ownership dictated power and obligations. The church wielded significant influence, shaping not only religious practices but also education and the very fabric of daily life. This influence, in turn, deeply affected their understanding of the world, often finding expression through their myths and legends. Moreover, medieval societies were deeply agrarian. Agriculture was the bedrock of their economy, directly impacting the cycles of their lives and beliefs. Seasons dictated their work, and the natural world, often personified in myth, determined their survival. Understanding the connection between myth and their daily routines is vital. Finally, the interplay of Christianity and pre-existing beliefs formed the rich tapestry of medieval mythology. This fusion highlights a dynamic cultural exchange, where old stories were reshaped and new legends arose. This blending of traditions is crucial to understanding their worldview. Uncover the secrets of 1,000 years ago. Subscribe now and join the conversation. Your insights and comments are crucial to understanding this fascinating era. Let's explore the past together. Understanding medieval life requires a shift in perspective. Imagine yourself as a peasant farmer, your daily existence dictated by the seasons, your survival tied to the land. This practical approach allows us to appreciate the constraints and opportunities of their world. One key is recognizing the role of mythology. Medieval people often saw the natural world through a mythological lens. Storms weren't random. They were the actions of divine beings. This understanding informs how they lived, worked, and interacted with their environment. Analyze a specific legend to understand the values and beliefs behind it. Common questions like, what did they eat? Agricultural records offer insights into the diet of the era. Compare this to contemporary diets to understand the constraints and choices. Practical research is your friend. Consider social structures. The feudal system required specific behaviors and obligations. How would this affect daily life? Explore the duties and privileges of different classes in their society. This creates a richer understanding. Finally, learn to think critically about sources. Medieval texts often reflect the biases of their time. Combine historical records with archaeological evidence to develop a comprehensive understanding. This layered approach provides clarity and context, A pivotal moment in understanding medieval life emerges when we consider the Black Death. This catastrophic plague swept across Europe, decimating populations and fundamentally altering the course of history. Imagine the fear, the loss, and the desperate attempts to understand a seemingly random, devastating force. The pandemic's impact transcended the physical. The very fabric of society was ripped apart. People, previously bound by a shared social order and a common understanding of the world, were confronted with widespread chaos. This societal breakdown is key to understanding how they viewed the supernatural. The plague's arrival forced desperate measures, causing people to turn to their faith and, perhaps, to pre-existing mythologies. Was the plague a punishment from the divine? Was it the work of malevolent forces? These questions reveal the close connection between everyday life and mythology in times of crisis. Examining how they reacted offers insights into their worldview. Understanding the immediate consequences of the Black Death provides a stark contrast to our modern understanding of disease. How did this period of immense loss affect their interpretation of mythology and the supernatural? The plague serves as a crucial turning point, demanding that we examine how mythology was inextricably woven into their response to such a catastrophic event. By studying how they cope with such crises, we gain a more nuanced understanding of the role of myth in their lives. This critical lens reveals not only their beliefs, but also the resilience of the human spirit in the face of profound hardship. Understanding medieval life requires recognizing the profound influence of the natural world. Imagine a farmer whose livelihood depended entirely on the vagaries of the seasons. Rainfall and temperature directly affected harvests. This intimate connection fostered a deep respect for, and sometimes fear of, nature's forces. Mythological figures often personified these elements. Rain gods and fertility goddesses were not abstract concepts, but vital forces that impacted daily life. Evidence from folklore demonstrates this influence. The agricultural calendar dictated life's rhythm. Planting and harvesting times, often tied to lunar cycles, were meticulously planned. Religious festivals and celebrations often coincided with these cycles, highlighting the intertwined nature of faith and daily routines. Social structures were hierarchical. The feudal system dictated responsibilities and obligations. Peasants owed labor and allegiance to lords, while lords offered protection and land. This hierarchical system influenced social interactions and shaped the distribution of resources. Consider the manor as a microcosm of this hierarchical structure. Moreover, the church held immense power. Religious beliefs shaped not only spiritual life, but also education and social norms. Churches served as community centers, providing education and social support. Analyze the architecture of a medieval church to uncover its importance in their lives. Finally, medieval technology was largely basic. Water wheels and windmills powered crucial tasks, significantly impacting production and daily life. Understanding the limitations of this technology adds context to their daily struggles and ingenuity. Analyzing surviving tools provides a tangible link to their existence. Imagine trying to preserve food in a medieval world. Lack of refrigeration meant reliance on salting, smoking, or drying. This highlights the crucial role of preservation techniques. Research how these methods worked and the challenges they presented. The challenge of communication was significant. Letters traveled slowly and oral traditions were essential. How did people maintain connections across vast distances? Consider the role of messengers and the limitations of their network. Analyzing historical travel routes provides context. Limited access to resources posed substantial problems. What was crucial but often scarce? How did this scarcity shape building practices and fuel availability? Research medieval architecture to understand design choices dictated by this reality. Disease control was rudimentary. A lack of understanding about sanitation meant that epidemics could quickly spread. Imagine the fear and desperation during outbreaks. This necessitates an understanding of their medical practices and their faith in supernatural explanations. Consider the societal impact of this limited technology. How did it affect the social structure? Access to resources and opportunities was often determined by birthright and social status. This understanding is vital. Analyzing primary source documents offers insights into daily life. Letters, diaries, and legal records reveal the practical realities and underlying values of the time. This approach is vital. Studying these sources can be overwhelming, so develop effective research strategies. Analyzing the architecture of medieval cathedrals reveals not only engineering feats, but also deep religious beliefs. Their scale and intricate designs reflect the community's commitment to faith. Examine the symbolism in these structures to understand the connection between architecture and mythology. The rise of guilds signifies a crucial shift in medieval society. These associations of artisans protected their members' rights and maintained standards of quality. This organization played a crucial role in the economy as well as in social structure. Case studies of particular guilds demonstrate their social and economic power. Consider the role of literacy and education, often tied to the church. The limited availability of books necessitated memorization and oral tradition. How did this shape the transmission of mythology and knowledge? Studying illuminated manuscripts helps us understand the importance of illustrations and the artistic interpretation of mythology. Medieval art often depicted religious themes, offering insights into spiritual beliefs and daily life. From illuminated manuscripts to tapestries, these visual narratives represent the spiritual and cultural values of the era. By studying these images, we can gain a clearer understanding of their beliefs. The development of town charters offers another window into the complexities of the period. These documents laid out rights and responsibilities within towns, revealing the evolution of local governance and the impact of trade. Compare different charters to see trends and variations. The study of medieval medicine reveals the influence of both practical observation and supernatural beliefs. Explore remedies based on observation, as well as the perceived magical cures. This duality exemplifies the blended perspectives of their world. Recent archaeological discoveries of medieval settlements offer astonishing detail about daily life. Analysis of unearthed tools and household items reveals the practical challenges and ingenuity of the era. Examine the preserved remains of a medieval village to understand the constraints and sophistication of their society. Historical records from the period, like tax rolls and legal documents, provide invaluable insights into economic realities. These records shed light on the distribution of wealth, the prevalence of trade, and the kinds of labor performed. Analyze historical tax records to understand the economic structures of the time. Studies of medieval diets, based on skeletal analysis and surviving cookbooks, reveal a different nutritional landscape than we typically imagine. A deeper understanding of dietary practices informs us about social hierarchies and access to resources. Compare medieval diets to modern ones, analyzing both similarities and differences. Experts in medieval history have analyzed regional variations in beliefs and practices. Different regions maintain unique cultural traditions and mythological figures. For instance, certain myths were prevalent in specific regions but not others, revealing a diversity in interpretation. Analyze historical accounts by different chroniclers to see variations. Understanding the agricultural practices of the time, supported by historical accounts and agricultural studies, helps us recognize the importance of the seasons and the impact of environmental factors. This reveals how reliant they were on nature and the connection between their lives and their beliefs. Consult historical agricultural practices and contemporary agricultural research for context. By analyzing surviving architectural drawings and construction techniques, we uncover the sophisticated engineering of the era. Even simple structures often showcase remarkable craftsmanship